It's February 15th. Valentine's Day is over. The flowers have been given, the candles have burned down, the messages have been sent. Everyone has had their moment to celebrate. Now the noise is gone. The restaurants are quiet. The roses are beginning to fade. And for the first time, we can ask a different question. Where did this day really come from? Not the chocolates, not the greeting cards, but the truth. Because behind the romance, behind the red hearts and candlelight, there is a history few people ever talk about. A story of martyrs, of poetry, of power, and possibly of blood rituals in ancient Rome. Now that the celebration is over, let's uncover what Valentine's Day really is. The most famous explanation begins in the 3rd century Roman Empire. A priest named Valentine von Rom was said to secretly marry couples against imperial orders. According to legend, Emperor Claudius II. Gothicus believed unmarried soldiers fought better, so marriage was banned. Valentine defied the decree. He performed weddings in secret, blessed lovers behind closed doors, chose love over authority. On February 14th, he was executed. Legend says that before his death, he wrote a letter signed, "From your Valentine." It's powerful, romantic, memorable. But here's the problem. There is little solid historical evidence that this exact story happened as told. Early Christian records mention more than one martyr named Valentine, including Valentine von Terni. Over centuries, their stories may have merged. Details may have been added. In 1969, the Catholic Church removed Saint Valentine from the general Roman calendar due to historical uncertainty. The martyr likely existed. But the love story, that may have evolved over time. Nearly 1,000 years later, something changed. In the 14th century, poet Geoffrey Chaucer wrote that birds choose their mates on St. Valentine's Day. At that time, the idea of courtly love was spreading across Europe. Knights wrote poetry, nobles exchanged tokens, romantic devotion became fashionable. February 14th slowly transformed from religious remembrance into a celebration of romantic pairing. This theory is historically stronger. It connects Valentine's Day to literature, not martyrdom. Then came the 19th century. Industrial printing made greeting cards affordable and popular. Valentine's cards exploded in England and the United States. By the early 1900s, flowers, chocolate, jewelry, love became an industry. Today, Valentine's Day generates billions worldwide. Some argue it is less ancient ritual and more modern marketing. But one question remains. Why mid-February? Why this exact time? To answer that, we must go further back, before Christianity, before poetry, before commerce, back to ancient Rome. On February 15th, ancient Rome celebrated Lupercalia. This festival predates Christianity. Its name comes from the Lupercal, a sacred cave on the Palatine Hill. According to myth, this is where the she-wolf nursed Romulus and Remus. Lupercalia was not about romance. It was about fertility, purification, survival. The ceremony began with sacrifice. Goats, symbols of fertility. A dog, symbol of purification. Young priests called the Luperci smeared blood onto their foreheads, then wiped it away with milk-soaked wool. They were required to laugh, a symbolic cleansing. Then came the most famous act. Strips of goat hide were cut. The priests ran through the city. Women stepped forward voluntarily. The leather touched their hands and arms. Romans believed this would increase fertility, ensure healthy childbirth, bless the coming year. This was not romantic love, this was biological survival. The word February may come from februa, purification tools used in the ritual. For Romans, February was a month of cleansing, a spiritual reset before spring. Lupercalia symbolized shedding the old to prepare for new life, a collective renewal. By the 5th century, Christianity dominated Rome. Pope Gelasius I had banned Lupercalia around 494 AD. Some later writers claimed Valentine's Day replaced the pagan ritual, but there is no direct historical proof. It may not have been a replacement. It may have been gradual transformation, layer upon layer. So what is Valentine's Day? A martyr's sacrifice? A medieval poetic invention? A commercial creation? Or the echo of an ancient fertility rite? Perhaps it is all of them. Holidays evolve. They absorb stories. They carry fragments of the past into the present. From blood ritual to handwritten poetry to heart-shaped chocolate. Now that Valentine's Day is over, maybe the real story is even more fascinating than the celebration itself.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, through myths, legends, and forgotten rituals. If you enjoyed uncovering the truth behind Valentine's Day, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries revealed.